Let's get some analysis on this now from journalist Mehmet Celik from the Daily Sabah. He joins me in the studio. Great to have you with us, Mehmet. Now, we heard there that the president of Russia conceded that relations had degraded to a much lower level since we had that downing of the Russian fighter jet, but he seems very keen to renew them and restore relations. What did you make of that handshake and also the brief press conference we just saw?
Well, of course, we know that it's been nearly 10 months since the downing of the Russian jet by the Turkish pilots. Since then, there has been very slow steps taken to better the relations. But this meeting is extremely crucial for the relations. It will play like a boosting effect. There has been diplomatic channels open to better the relations in terms of economic relations, commercial and trade relations. But this would also add to political and diplomatic relations to get better too, because there is a huge disagreements in terms of the relations on Syria, which is a crucial issue between the two states. This will be a channel open between the two states where they can actually discuss and negotiate their disagreements.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Syria there. One of the points that President Putin just made is that he looks forward to the restoration of trade and business relationships, which we expected, but he also says, and fighting terrorism. Now tell me, if Russia is still going to side with Bashar al-Assad, and that is something that Turkey is vehemently against, how can these two men come to an agreement on such a thing?
There is actually more than just Assad where they disagree. PKK and PYD relationship in Syria and northern Syria is another issue. Fight against Daesh is an issue. The ceasefire and humanitarian corridor in Aleppo is another issue. But all these are very tied to whether Assad will be staying in power or not. This is a huge disagreement, it is true. But through this reconciliation, I think both states are saying that they're willing to negotiate, they're willing to put some compromises forward where they can actually discuss this matter. If the relations didn't exist or if these steps were not being taken, Assad will continue whatever he's doing, killing his people, and there will be no diplomatic channels to discuss this matter.
When Russia is so adamantly standing by Bashar al-Assad at the moment, although they have, to be fair, softened their language in recent months, and this is something that Turkey is against, what kind of compromise could there possibly be for this to take place as you're suggesting?
Well, Russia will need to make some compromises in terms of how they go about with the transitional government, or even if Assad was to stay, he will not stay permanent, and this is not something that Turkey will definitely will not agree to. But both states will make certain compromises, whether Assad being in power for a short period of time or transitional government moving in faster. These will be certain things that both states will have to make compromises and move forward with these new steps that are being taken.
Mehmet Celik, this is a big day for Turkey and Russia, and we thank you for joining us for your insight.